Hi and welcome to Out Nerdy. I'm Paul and this is Masters of the Universe Part 2. Now it's fair to say that Part 1 deeply divided some of the fan base. It promised us a story about He-Man but left him out by flashbacks for most part of it. Kevin Smith became public enemy number one of most nerds, and he ruined whatever street cred he had left. Big Kev, then went on to attack his critics in the usual pedo would wear, by calling them misogynistic man babies, blah 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 blah, and he totally exonerated himself from any of the blame, cause Kev's a pedo wood darling who thinks his shit smells rosy, when sadly he hasn't done anything of significance since Dogma. So, how does Part 2 shape up? There's spoilers going on from this moment, okay, so you've been warned. We start off with Teela's birth, and her mum was a sorceress, but we knew that anyway. She says goodbye to her and Duncan, man-at-arms, and goes to become the sorceress properly. We flash forward and it turns out Adam was only wounded, not killed. The Joker, Skeletor, ends up stabbing the sorceress, and she either transfers her powers to Teela or uses the last of it to help Teela heal Adam. Duncan is let off into captivity without a single act to avenge his love. He just goes off whimpering. This doesn't seem like something he would do, but hey, Kev made him drink a soy latte, I guess. Adam says his magic words without the sword, and it turns him into the Hulk essentially. Him and Skeletor have a bit of a ding-dong before Teela magics them away. At this point, Adam/Hulk is uncontrollable at this point. He goes nuts until his dad tells him he loves him. Now I'm going to call it in episode 2 that Evil Lynn will betray Skeletor at some point. Spoiler, she does. There's lots of affirming in episode 2 as well. I'm not trying to do an episode by episode review. I'm just writing notes down as I'm watching. Teela's not girlfriend becomes a lieutenant in the Royal Guard. Everyone is telling Evil Lynn that despite being so powerful, she doesn't see how oppressed she is. To be fair, it's not a bad ploy either to try and cause division. Now, it could be my pain meds, but I didn't think the episode's terribly exciting, and I just wanted to go sleep. Just a quick word on the voice acting. All I heard was the Joker. I like hearing Mark Hamill as the Joker, but not when he's supposed to be Skeletor. Now maybe he was directed to speak like this, but it did nothing for me. Lena Headey as Evil Lynn is very good. Of course the character's given a sob story to excuse her evil ways. Sarah Michelle Gellar does a well enough job. At time of episode 2, Teela wasn't as insufferable, but this kind of goes by the by. It's more, episode 2 was more about Evil Lynn, although the whole arc really is, it's the Teela and Evil Lynn show, but we'll get to that. Like I said, it's more about Evil Lynn, but the title doesn't have He-Man anywhere in it, does it? So that should have been a giveaway. We get on to episode 3, blah blah. Evil Lynn gets a go at the sword and says the magic words, and I shit you not becomes laughable. I can't be the only one who laughs out loud at this moment. But she gets the full SJW treatment. It was hilarious. She becomes Evil Ma'am. She has the haircut. She becomes super ripped. More than He-Man ever is. It looks ridiculous. I can hear Az from Heels versus Babyface from here. In episode 5, we get Teela needing validating again. Skeletor's voice is grating on my ears. He joins forces with Adam and our group takes on Super Evil Lyn. We get more validation scenes to prop up Teela. Man-at-Arms cries again. Orko comes back, and I think this is supposed to be a big reveal, but it had no impact on me whatsoever. It was like, yeah, whatever. You know, Teela's not girlfriend becomes the bestest Men-at-Arms ever. / probation, I suppose. There's more than a few moments in the final episode that I suspect are supposed to be impactful, but for all its colour and its sound, it just isn't. It just isn't. I mentioned before that He-Man isn't in the title, which was the giveaway, that this would have little to do with him. And that's true for the most part of this season. When all's said and done, this is very much the Teela and Evil Lyn show. It's overwhelmingly about them. Don't get me wrong, He-Man gets some good fight scenes. We get some bullshit messaging from Evil Lyn about little girls suffering at the hands of men. At the end of it, Teela's not girlfriend becomes Man-at-Arms officially. Ridiculous. And it's just a show. It's a show that just continues the trend of women not being held accountable for their actions. In that Evil Lyn, as she is stopped, is in the process of destroying the fucking universe, but it's not her fault cause Skeletor. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. This is... They've definitely set it up for season 2. Please don't do that. You know, it's not something... If you take both part 1 and part 2 together, it's just not something that stuck with me. Now, I'm not going to pretend this has destroyed my childhood or any of that bollocks, because it hasn't. Because if I want to watch He-Man, I'll go to fucking YouTube and I'll watch He-Man. Yeah, this will never be what I won't ever watch this again. You know, they've got the money's worth or whatever out of me. But this is, if this is the best that we can do in maybe it is the best we can do in 2021. I don't know. But you know, it's a letdown. The animation is very, very good. It's just let down by the story, you know. And like I said, whatever backlash comes out against this, sure as shit, Kevin Smith or the writers or Netflix or whatever, they won't give a fuck. You know, they'll just blame the fans, even though it is aimed directly at the boys and girls who were children when they watched this and are now adults. Yeah, I've just watched this and it's not very good at blending old and new. Now, I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife and that did a fantastic job of paying homage and carrying a story forward, or potentially forward. This didn't do that for me. And I know I've only been at this fucking YouTubing like for 2 months now, but I know when I'm happy, and this doesn't give me any feelings of necessarily happiness or sadness or regret or whatever. It's just they did it, you know. That's it. That's all I can say is that they did it, and that, well, okay, fair enough. So no, this isn't for me. This is not something I'll watch again. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it because it's your money, it's your Netflix account, or whichever way that you're watching this. But It's a solid fail. If I had to grade it, it would be a solid fail because they could have done much better, but they didn't. It's like I said, episode 1 started off pretty good. Teela looked normal, everything was going great, and then they killed off He-Man, and well, you know, he sacrificed himself, whatever. And then we flash forward, and Teela's got the SJW haircut, and you know, she's not gay, but she probably is. They just don't want to fucking piss everyone off. They could have done a lot better. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I rabbited on a bit longer than I should have done, but you know, do better, fucking Kevin Smith. You're one of those do better SJW types. Fucking do better. Yeah? You preach and preach and preach and do, you know, shield for Disney. You just said fucking Shang-Chi was fantastic. Fuck off, was it? I think you're pretty much on your own there, pal. Anyway, I'm fucking going off on a tangent. That's it. Please like, share and subscribe. You'll find me on social media. And I'll see you all again. Ta-da.